Hi, I'm Mike, and it is good to see you. You know, I have not had a chance to talk to my audience in a long, long time. Uh, Back in my early films, I used to do behind the scenes, which would be on the DVD, and I would discuss the film and how we made it and all that, and, you know, that kind of thing. And I used to love doing that, but I haven't done it in a while. So, this is really my first time in a long time that I'm doing this. So, I'm glad to be here and you know, glad to be talking to you. So, I realize that I have a lot of fans. I have, you know, over 10 million. 10 million fans. Yep. It's true. I'm not lying about that. No. And most of you have posters of me on your walls. I know. And you sit back every night and you look at those posters and you just go, isn't he dreamy? I know. I am much better looking than Brad Pitt. I know. You know, it's a cross I bear. Anyways, you know, if you are a fan of my work, you know, and I know that there are at least two of you, you've seen my films. You know, I've made 15 now. You've seen my film shorts, and maybe you've watched, you know, clips of my TV show. You know, you're probably wondering, you know, did he ever do any live stage work? You know, that would be wonderful to see that. Well, truth is I did. I started out doing stand-up comedy, so I was doing stage work, and then I did do some plays. But all of those plays weren't on video, not that I know of, except for one. And that's what this video is all about. It was a community play for the town of North Branford, Connecticut. That was the town I grew up in. And the play was called A Holiday Memory, written by Charles S. Slater. He wrote this play, and he was directing it, and his lead was CarlaRose, Arnold, who happened to be a former cast member of mine on my TV show, Comedy After Dark. So, it's around Thanksgiving time, and it was actually a little after Thanksgiving, and this particular Thanksgiving, if you are a fan of mine, you know very well, because this is the Thanksgiving that's featured in my film short called A Thanksgiving Day Nightmare. And that was a true story about a Thanksgiving when my whole family got food poisoning. And we all got it at the same time, which was 2 in the morning, and we only had one bathroom. And all of our stomachs were exploding, and continued to explode for about 8 to 10 hours. So imagine that, one bathroom, you know, 5 or 6 people with their stomachs exploding. It was not pleasant. It took a couple days to recover from that. And that's when I got the phone call. So Carla asked me to be in the play. It was going to be a supporting role. And I thought that was kind of cool. You know, I hadn't done any supporting roles. I was always a lead. And that was kind of funny. Some other plays that I did for small plays for the high school, I was also supposed to have supporting roles in them, and somehow ended up in the lead. It happened every time. So I thought, okay, this is great. You know, I want to be able to be a supporting role. This would be cool. It'd give me a chance to not have to take on the stresses of being a lead or directing. You know, I had always directed, produced, all that stuff. So anyways, so I went to the first reading, and Charles S. Slater was there, and he was probably in his 70s. And I guess he was a New York guy, you know, New York theater guy. Maybe he did Broadway, I don't know. So, apparently after the first reading, he hated us. All of us. And he quit. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that the person who was the lead actor... Now, Carla was the lead actress in it, and her counterpart, the lead actor, never showed up. And he also quit. So, now the play was in jeopardy of just being killed. So, Carla decided to take over as director and asked me to step in as the male lead. I was apprehensive about doing it. I never told anybody this. She doesn't know this. But I was going to drop out because I thought, you know, I was excited about being a supporting role, but now that things have changed, I don't know if I really want to do this. But I'm not one to quit, so I hung on. So the play itself, you know, the rehearsals actually were great. We all had a good time. We all got along. It was fun. And then the day of the play came. And I'm going to stop talking here so you can see the play. But I just wanted to mention, you know, some of the things that happened that are interesting. The first thing was when I walked in, I saw them setting up the camera to videotape it. And I thought, oh, this is cool, you know, I want a copy of this. So I went up to the guy who was going to videotape it and gave him some pointers. Now, I just got through doing 2 years of a television show where we filmed 100 episodes. This show was very popular. It was the #1 show on our cable station. So I knew a little bit about what I was talking about. So I went up to him and I gave him some pointers, and I said, you know, these are some of the things and mistakes I see when anything like this is on local television. You know, first of all, you zoom in and out too quick, or you move the camera like this, or you keep the camera too wide. I said, those things are just going to ruin it. You know, try to zoom in and stay close to the action. Follow the action and don't jerk the camera. You know, doing those things, then it's going to look really good. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. Yeah, well, when I finally saw the video, he didn't, and it looked awful. The video was also shot on Super VHS because this happened to have been December of 1995. As a matter of fact, December 10th of 1995. So, anyways, one last note, or 2 last notes, I should say, before I present to you this play. The first one is you're going to notice in the play that I tuck behind a curtain, and then you're going to see the curtain jiggling around. You're going to hear people laughing. Well, I was supposed to disappear behind the crack of the curtain, and it's where the 2 curtains meet, and that was my exit from the play. But when I went to go disappear, the crack wasn't there. So I actually had to wrap myself in the curtain like Dracula, and then I had to search for that crack, and that's what all the movement was, until I finally got out of there. And finally, one last note, and I guess this is a message to the cast, a little confession. The last scene of this play, the whole cast is out in front of the stage, and they're all singing. I think it was old little town of Bethlehem, and I was supposed to sing with them, and I was supposed to sing, you know, deep, or whatever it was. Well, I never did. I never sang. I just mouthed it. I was just never really sang. So, they don't know that. Now you do. So now I present to you a play that I was in way back in 1995 called A Holiday Memory. Here it is.
A short one-act family play written by Dr. Charles Slater, and it was solely directed and produced by CarlaRose Arnold. Without further ado, A Holiday Memory.
Welcome to my home, friends. You know, it seems as we get older, we tend to resist change. We set the patterns of our lives and are not content, at least secure in what we know, or think we know. But, as the old saying goes, you can't teach an old dog. You know what I mean. However, it was just last year that I learned something that you probably wouldn't believe.
Hey, Grams, you here?
Joey! So good to see you. Did you come for a visit?
Nah, we're going to the cabin again. Yuck.
Yuck!
Would you mind if I stayed here? I mean, at our house with you. I'd fix my own meals, play football at school. I wouldn't be any trouble, honest, Grams.
It's all right with me if your parents approve.
Gee, I was hoping you'd ask them. You know, the agency says it would only cost a little extra to pay your nurse for an extra person. Couldn't you pay it?
I'm sorry, Joey. I'm a little strapped right now. But maybe your mother and father will try.
Forget it. They're putting everything extra into that darn cabin. Bummer. See you later.
Oh, Joey, maybe I can try to. You're supposed to be a woman.
Those darn white chromosomes, you know? Hi, Michael Stella.
Are you a nurse?
I will be after next semester.
I'm Joey. Would you mind if I stayed here this week, huh?
I would have thought you'd be on vacation.
Vacation, ha! My father spends all his time working on a cabin, and my mother reads or watches TV at the motel.
Your father's building a cabin by himself?
For as long as I can remember. I'll be all grown up by the time he's finished. Before Grandma came, when it wasn't rented, I could play here. Maybe Grandma won't want me and he'll have to stay here.
No, Joey, you wouldn't want to make your father angry now.
Geez, no friends, no football, no nothing.
My. So, you're a nurse?
When I graduate at the end of May, it'll be Michael Stella, RN.
Well, that's very nice. A nurse.
Can I leave my stuff here? This my bed?
Yes, sheets and blankets underneath. Anything I can get you, Mr. Stella?
No, you got that backwards. Anything I can get for you?
No, I have no illnesses. My ankle is fine, but my daughter-in-law insisted I keep the bandage on for a couple more days.
How about something to eat? I love to cook.
I don't. I get bored cooking and eating.
How about letting me check out the possibilities?
Be my guest.
Whoa! When was the last time you weeded the fridge? First we dump a few things, then we'll go shopping, okay?
Mr. Stella, when you're a nurse, do you have to take care of women?
I do now.
Well, aren't they the women? I mean...
Embarrassed? Well, at first they are, but when you're confined to a bed and you have to pee real bad, you need someone's help.
I didn't mean to ask about that.
Hey, I found some tea. Would you like some?
That would be nice, but I am perfectly able to get it myself. The water's hot. I'll have it at the table, please. You must be used to old people stumbling around.
No, it's not like that. So have you lived here long?
For about a year now. My husband passed away 2 years ago. And the Social Security just wasn't enough to pay for rent and expenses. So the agency insisted on contacting my son and asking for his help.
Didn't he know?
No. You see, he's busy with his own affairs and handling his job and building his getaway cabin, so I just didn't want to bother him when I wrote to him.
Oh, well. So what was your Prince Charming like?
Prince Charming?
Your husband.
Oh. Well, I suppose I never thought of him as Prince Charming.
Were you Sleeping Beauty or Cinderella?
Mr. Stella, have you ever been married?
And you lived happily ever after.
You've never been married.
So when you were younger, what made you happy?
Dancing.
Dancing?
Oh, I just love to dance. And perhaps meet a gigolo and dance my life away.
Did you think of it as a career?
Oh. No, I suppose in those days they thought of marriage as a career.
You need to start having some adventure.
Adventures? I'm 76 years old. It's a bit late for adventures.
It's never too late for adventures. My great-aunt hiked 70 miles to visit a friend, and she was 82. And my grandmother took a trip to Italy when she was your age. She had a ball.
Those are all exceptions.
Really? What about Georgia O'Keeffe, Grandma Moses, Colonel Sanders, John Huston? Michelangelo lived to the age of 90, and he was creative until he died. And there are hundreds of others. When's your birthday?
December 24th.
Ah, Christmas baby. in just a few days. Must have been tough on you when you were a kid.
Oh, it was. I got Christmas gifts and birthday gifts, and I never knew which was which.
Well, this year you'll become the spirit of 76, an independent woman.
Sure. I'll go job hunting the day after Christmas.
Why not?
You mean that, don't you? I know it sounds like self-pity, but I don't think people want old people around. It makes them nervous.
Of course they do. Otherwise, how are they going to learn to age properly? Do you know in Asia, older parents are revered? Just think. The universe is what? 4 billion years old? Whatever. Since we humans started reproducing. Just think, the amount of eggs that have been produced since time began. It's impossible. Must be millions, no billions. You can't think of a number. Let me put it another way. If you go back just 10 generations, you probably had 1 million relatives. And that's just 10 generations. I try to follow it in my head. My mother probably produced maybe 400 or 500 eggs in her reproductive years, and I was the only one to get fertilized. It's a miracle. An indescribable miracle that I was even born.
What are you talking about?
Just think. You live once. Only once. You have one chance to smell the flowers, taste the earth, hear the music, to dance.
Some people believe in reincarnation.
Oh, yes. Do you?
No. I believe in the here, the now, and the hereafter. I'm happy the way things are.
Real fun place you have here. You might walk as far as the bedroom in a couple of hours.
You're being sarcastic.
Damn, I thought I was being subtle.
You don't have to swear. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. My, how the hours fly.
Of course she is.
This is my wife, Jean. Hello. You met Joey already, no doubt.
Yes, she was here a little while ago.
Now that we're from school for a couple of weeks, I thought I'd have a chance to get some major work done on the house.
Mr. Marshall, don't you think with the holidays that you and Mrs. Marshall might want to...
Mr. Stella, our time is limited, and we hardly have time for our own lives now. Now that Mother's been here, well, it's been very, very tough. You see, we've lost the rent on this cabin that was on the place that was financing this cabin, and Mother's Social Security just about covers her food and miscellaneous. So you can appreciate
What a trial mother-in-laws can be. Yes, Mrs. Marshall, I know you both work hard to give your son a high-quality life. And it's not my place to interfere.
Yes, you're right, Mr. Stella.
But since it is going to be Christmas Eve and your mother's birthday, I think we ought to do something to give her a holiday memory.
Oh, gee, it will be Mom's 76th birthday and Christmas Eve. What do you think?
Well, I've been bored to death reading or watching TV while you pound nails all day. And Joey, he just about drives me up the walls while you're working. So you can do whatever you think is best.
What did you do when your father was alive?
What do you mean, what do we do?
For your mother's birthday.
It was always so confusing for me when I was a kid. I never knew if it was my mom's birthday we were celebrating or holiday celebration.
This year there'll be no confusion, all right?
I don't know. I don't think old people care anymore about their birthdays.
Of course they do. About their families.
Well, I am getting in a rut spending all my spare time at the cabin. What do you think, hon?
Another change in plans? Let's just go find Joey and do whatever we're going to do.
See you later, Mr. See you later.
I hear voices out here.
Yes, I have one of those soap operas on. You know, trouble, trouble, and more trouble.
I don't know. I never watch daytime television.
Well, are we ready for exercise?
Exercise.
Yes, can you touch your toes?
Of course.
No, when you're standing.
Can you?
Mrs. Marshall, I'm a health professional. Of course I can touch my toes.
Show me.
I'm just not limbered up yet. Good to hear you laugh.
Yes. I guess some people need a little more than that. Smiles or shared memories. Hug every once in a while.
When was the last time you were hugged?
Oh, I don't know. I guess a lot of widows do without hugging. It doesn't make any difference.
Did your husband hug you? Hold you? Was it different when he was alive? Does your son hug you?
Oh, those darn ants!
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel bad.
I don't feel bad.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to touch your nerve.
Hey, Graham, we're not going to the cabin. Hooray!
Hi, Joey.
Holy cow. What are you guys doing?
I'm just giving your grandma a hug.
So, oh, yeah, gross.
Not like that, it's just a little support.
Oh, what are you guys doing this holiday?
Probably take a few walks and talk about our lives.
Boring.
So, Joey, you got a girlfriend at school?
Nah, girls give me a pain.
You'll be singing a different tune soon. You know, my mother used to sing us an old song. Best things in life are free. And probably because we're so poor.
Really, Mr. Stella? You can't have an enduring cliche without some support by the church.
I'm sure you're right. Well, Joey, win one for the Kipper, okay?
Huh?
Never mind, have fun. Maybe to surprise it for someone else.
Like who, Mom?
Maybe everyone.
Yeah, sure. Just for the kids, not for everyone.
We'll see.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear mother. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, how wonderful. My very own birthday party. And as Mr. Stella put it, my Independence Day.
We love you, Mom.
Glad you did.
Oh, I love you too, Graham.
Wait a minute. Where's Mr. Stella?
Look, Graham, the big star.
Stella. Star. Nurse. Angel of Mercy. It's an angel. You know, Joey, someone very special was born on this day.
No, Graham, that's tomorrow.
Joey, somewhere else in the world, it is tomorrow. Oh, little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie. Above thy deep and dreamless sleep, the silent stars go by. could, I'd like to say a couple words. I'd like to say thank you to a couple people here. I'd like to say thank you, first of all, to Dr. Slater, who wrote a beautiful play. I was proud to act in it. And to my mom and Mrs. Dzeikan, who both worked their butts off to help me with props. And to my marvelous actors who came together in 2 weeks to bring you this wonderful performance. Hope you enjoyed your time here, and Merry Christmas!
We're inviting everyone down to the small gym at this time. There's some music going on there, and the raffle will be there.
And there you have it, a holiday memory. And wow, that was a memory. That was a memory for me, I should say. I had not realized, how much I've changed in all these years. I'm kind of used to my film work. I have to watch myself all the time when I'm editing, because I do a lot of my own video editing. So I see myself all the time. I'm used to it. It's not bizarre when I see myself on camera. However, seeing myself in this play was bizarre. I had forgotten all the words, of the play, so it was like seeing myself doing something new. But yet it wasn't new. It was me a long time ago. So it really caught me off guard watching that video just now. I have not seen that play in probably, 14, 15 years. So that was bizarre. And did you notice I kind of sounded like a Smurf? I wonder, was I running around with little blue people back then? I sounded like a Smurf. Now, I don't know if that was the videotape or if I actually did sound like that. I didn't realize my voice had changed that much since that point in time. That was quite a trip. That was quite a trip to see that. Wow, I'm a little flabbergasted by that. I should note some interesting things that I saw when we were watching that. You'll notice that I'm trying to hang something up on the curtains towards the end of the play. It was supposed to be like a happy birthday sign, and it wasn't going right. It kept falling down. I was trying to pin it up. It was taking forever, and it felt like it was longer than it was. So I had to end it and get the scene rolling. So the camera didn't really pick it up, but when the sign dropped, they just kind of said, the hell with it. And that's when you heard the audience laugh. And that was kind of the cue when the cast knew, we better come out now. So I thought that was interesting. I had forgotten about that. I actually have something here to show you that I found. I found this recently. This had been buried in books since the play. This is the playbill. And it's in brand new condition. But what's interesting here is my biography, and I just wanted to read this. Mike Burke's dream of becoming a film star are not too distant for this talented actor. Mike's cable program, Comedy After Dark, ran locally for 2 years. He wrote, directed, and starred in 4 television movies made for TCI Cable. He'll begin production of his first major motion picture in early 1996. Well, as it turned out, my dream came true, and I went into production on my first film in 1998. So it was a little late, but it happened. And then here, this is the actual script, my actual script from this play. And it is interesting to look through this. It's got the rehearsal dates and the schedule in here and my wardrobe and everything. So I thought that was interesting, and I wanted to share that with you. So anyways, that was quite a trip. Wow, that was quite a trip. That was quite a trip down memory lane, I should say. I did not expect that, the reaction I would have towards seeing that again, but it was bizarre. Anyways, just to wrap this up, it is strange to grow up in front of the camera. It really is. I have, my first television show, my first episode of my TV show, I was 16 years old. So I can go back now and watch that. And I think back, I think to like the future, when I'm like 98 and I go and pop in the little cube, that's, how we watch movies now, and I put it in the piece of glass, and then the image comes up on the glass and I watch it. I imagine what it's going to be like. I don't think it's going to go well. I think I'm going to be depressed. Oh my God, look at me! Oh, look at how young I was. Oh, look at the hair. Oh, my God. Oh, look at me now. Oh, I'm 98 years old and I've shriveled up and oh. You know, I don't think it's going to go well. It's probably going to be very depressing. And something that has already happened is one of my main cast members, the person who actually helped me create that show, has since passed away. And it is strange going back to those shows because they're so fresh in my mind. And knowing that people are no longer here, it is strange. It is strange. So, I don't want to depress you. I hope you enjoyed that play. I'm really happy to present it. I hope that the people who were in that play, I don't know where they all are now, but I hope that they have a chance to see it. So I'm happy to present it here now on YouTube, and thank you for watching.